Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 9:34 a.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum currently at $3,752, down about 0.38% so far. On the overall crypto market, in the last 48 hours so far, we've just been kind of trading on a sideways fashion, not doing much. Seems like the weekend affectation, and obviously as we are transitioning to the New Year's, today's the second days of the year of 2022. On the media front, it's definitely less active than usual, which makes sense, right? Collectively, as we have observed historically, weekends, especially on a Saturday, is a little bit less active, right? But the news on the media front start to percolate a little bit more around the Sunday, I would say, based on my observation, right? Just purely based on my knowing the fact that I read the news basically every hour, to be around like 4:30 p.m. to like 5 p.m. on Eastern time. And if you think about the timing on the international side of the house, that's like when the morning post, the news start to percolate up on the international side of the world, right? So that makes sense in a timing perspective, and then subsequently that will drive some triangulations on investors transacting from that front, right? So we might see some more volatility later today. But collectively, I think in the last 48 hours so far, we've just been kind of gliding cool as a cucumber. It seems like with respect to just Ethereum specifically, the wedge is still in formation. And at the same time, we're still relatively depleted. And we are on the cusp of basically reversing right now on the technical front, which we'll dive into the technicals in a bit, right? And just take a look at the news one real quick. I don't really see any specific news that's really worth mentioning, to be honest with you. So again, makes sense because it's Sunday morning, especially at 9:30 a.m. when most people are still sleeping in right now. But I'm one of those crazy people that's working. I've already worked on my Patreon updates this morning, so hopefully, my wonderful patrons have received the latest update on the crypto portfolio of the 31, I would say 32 now, 32 specific cryptos that I've included into the new list, right? And also I want to just say thank you for some of my patrons, just to name a few: Corey, Greg C, Derek Kolowski, Sam, and I just keep name Ryan, One Driver, Celsius, Sebastian Marcias, Scott McNeil, Brandon. Love working with you so far, Brandon. Erie, Autovax, Richard Kirkpatrick, Dean, Ryan Malloy. Thank you for your support so far. And as you can see, I have I try to be a good listener. Listen to your input when you want to add a new asset, or for stocks or for crypto. Just let me know, and I appreciate your insights into including my private portfolio that I've actually shared with my Patreon members earlier today. So hopefully you get a glimpse of my returns that I've generated so far. But it's more of a trivial one because like what I'm doing, doesn't really affect what you're doing. It's just appreciate you are interested or curious about how I'm doing. I will say I'm quite fortunate. Relatively happy with my returns. So yeah, I appreciate you for your support on a daily basis, and I look forward to continuing our relationship, our partnership as we rise together to reach that financial success and freedom. So look out for an email from me. For my Centurion members, I will be setting up a one-on-one with you guys to dive deeper into our partnership going forward, to formalize what's your financial objectives, and also obviously I will pass my knowledge down to you, but also share with you my resources and obviously my Rolodex of the people that I know in the industry. So for those that are interested in terms of like starting a business or thinking about how you should be investing, think of this as like I'm like your mini hedge fund manager, if you may. That I'm in full support. With the trust you ingrained in me, I look forward to helping you guys reach the financial goals that you're looking for. So with respect to technical, let's just dive straight into it. So with respect to recording time of 9:39 a.m. on Eastern time, Ethereum currently $3,756, that's about 0.28% so far. And with respect to the overall crypto market, again, right, we're kind of flat to down, with specific altcoins surging more up than the other. Like you could see clearly, polkadot's currently up about 8%. So we'll dive into that in a bit. But it seems like if you compare that with the overall market, we're clearly flat right now because of lack of momentum. And just the volume is really low if you look into the volume right now, right? And with respect to current level, Ethereum is still in the fair game in terms of dollar cost average. We are in a relatively, cushion level above the 3,650, right? We're attempting to go back up to 3,850, right? And as we go there, which I believe we will be because we are forming a curvature at the moment, we are still at relatively depleted level, right? So as we surge up, we'll form that golden cross, and as we form that golden cross, we will continue to leap up and retest and regain the momentum, right? With respect to Bitcoin, is currently down about 1.3%. We're basically below the $48,000 at the moment with 42 out of 70. We are, if look into it, we're relatively fused up because of the lack of momentum. You could see how clearly the momentum is really, really flat because of weekends, the timing, because of the holidays, etc., etc. Media front's not that much, influence at the moment. So we've just been gliding away, holding on, not doing much. So this is very logical. It's typical affectation unless there's like a black swan news that happens on the weekend, right? So right now, I think the momentum is still comparable to Ethereum. So incurring risk right now is actually not terrible, to be honest with you. I think Bitcoin is at a discount right now. In comparison to obviously when we were surging all-time high at the close to $65,000, right? Dogecoin is currently down about 0.22%. Anywhere from 16 cents to below will still be a better level. At the moment, right now, at the 44 out of 70. So again, not the best, not the worst. Dogecoin and Cardano as well, right? As we've been talking about, still like not the best, not the worst, right? Again, right, anywhere from 120 to 135 is still fair game, but like I would prefer 120. Knowing the fact that this is a relatively more volatile asset. And we've been trading on a sideways fashion for quite some time now. So I think, yeah, again, 120 or 119 is still better level for us. Solana is currently up about 1.77% at the moment. We are still at the 45.70. So again, right, as we deplete further, and I think we will do so because of the slow gold like death cross that we're about to form. 155, 133 to 113 from here. XRP is currently up about 0.51%, basically not doing much again, right? Again, 78 to 75. I don't really see 69 to be honest with you, but 75 would be a good logical level because it's a flat number, and I think that makes sense to encourage. But right now, it's actually not terrible, but again, not the best, not the worst, just okay at the moment, right? Polkadot is reversing right now with the 51 out of 70, so I'll probably just not touch this at all because of the reversal. This doesn't really look that good to me because this looks like a head and shoulder. So this is a head, this is shoulder, number 2 shoulder. And as we go up, this is gonna incentivize some people to sell, knowing the fact that we do have resistance level coming at 30. So I don't think the risk is really worth your time to incur. So I think anywhere from 26 to below is still better level for us. Algorand's up about 1%. Anywhere from 135 to below is still better level for us. I think we are exponentially higher risk in comparison to other. You can see how clearly there's an outlier into the chart. 55 out of 70, so not good in terms of incurring risk at the moment. Shiba Inu is currently down about 1%. I would say, again, right, anywhere from 29.50 to below is still better level for us. We're still at the okay level, not the best, not the worst, right? MagTag is down about close to 2%. We're going to be in for a sell-off coming. 175 to 143 is going to be the better level for us to incur. You might want to incur maybe some risk around like the $2 and like $2 flat. That will be a bounce, I believe, because it's a flat level. we're about to bounce right now, and we're basically contemplating, do we break below 250? But I have a pretty high certainty that we will be, because of the fact that we're still overbought. AVAX is up about 0.30%. Again, the risk is still high at the 55 or 70, so 81 to 60 is still better level for us. Luna is down about 2.7%. Anywhere from 62, 52 to 45 are still better level for us. In respect to Enron, I think we are still like gliding away, right? We've been just kind of dead in the water, not doing much, right? And at the moment, it's still not a terrible level to incur risk at the moment. Obviously, not as good as when we were at the 235, but it's like $5 off, so it's not terrible, you know. And with respect to risk management level, these are levels that we have revised. Obviously, my Patreon member got this like way earlier this morning, and also I have added, I believe, several of the crypto. So let me know if you want any additions. Appreciate your support on Patreon, and let me know if there's any other things that you would like me to do. As you know, I'm relatively responsive on the channel. It's more difficult for me to talk to people on YouTube because of the spam messages, and also sometimes YouTube just delete my messages. But Patreon is fair game, right? And I hope that you guys also find my private portfolio to be interesting, right? It's for your reference only, right? Ultimately, we all have a different level of risk tolerance, and we all have different level of allocation in terms of our financial profile, right? But I really appreciate you. And then also Enron, we're within the attractive level, by the way, right? So not a terrible level still, right? So it's my first one for this Sunday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And for those that are Monday already, have a great rest of the week. And ahead for you guys. Take care.